I don't think there's very much optimism at all. In fact, I think that these talks, they will either try to fudge them or roll them out. There's been pressure on the streets in Northern Ireland here. Jeffrey Donaldson said if there was no movement at all, he would collapse the institutions behind us by the 1st of November. He's managed to get that movement in some sort of forward motion, these talks, reopening various things, the amount of drugs, pharmaceuticals and so forth coming into the province. There's still problems around the NOM deal that's there, as we reported on last week. So I don't see these talks going very far, and the rhetoric coming out of Dublin and London and Brussels has not been good at all, and it's not playing out very well in Northern Ireland. And if they don't stop that, there's a long way back to get back to a base, a good foundation to start negotiations.
Yeah, Dougie, just if we back up a little bit, in really simple terms for the rest of the UK, just explain what is the protocol for?
Well, the protocol is this piece of legislation that it is designed, it was said to protect the Good Friday Agreement, but it's actually to protect the integrity of the single market. It replaces Article 6 of the Act of the Union, where it allows Northern Ireland to trade freely and move freely inside the UK. The protocol fills in that hole, and it is overseen by the European Courts of Justice. Now, that is very foolish. That would be like you or I going into a car dealer, buying a car and allowing them to write the guarantee, and then having to go back to them to see if we could actually take that guarantee and put it into place. So that's why Lord Frost is looking at getting rid of the ECJ out of that particular equation.
Yeah, what does it mean then for the rest of the UK then, especially if the government follows through with this threat to trigger Article 16? What does Article 16 say, and under what circumstances can the government trigger it? Because I imagine there'll be a dispute with the EU over whether those circumstances actually exist or not.
Well, Article 16 says that either side, if it is affecting trade, if it's affecting social, if it's affecting the community at all, they could put Article 16 into place. And Article 16 isn't the end of the protocol. What it is really a 3-month gap. It's bluff. It's a 3-month gap to have talks to try and sort out the problems that it has caused. So in one way, yes, the targets have been set to fire Article 16. But what does it mean for the rest of the UK? Well, it would start a trade war, but what sort of thirst is there, or what sort of stomach has Europe got for a trade war? Germany's second biggest market in the world is the UK. At the moment, we're coming out of a pandemic. Economies are very, very fragile. Would those countries like that, the big hitters of Europe, would they want to start to cut off their own markets in order to protect a small amount of people in a far-off western part of Europe? I mean, the protocol will basically say that someone's economy is going to suffer in order to protect the integrity of the single market. Now, Northern Ireland only has about 1.8 million people in it, so Europe has tried that and said, well, will that work? Will they maybe take the hit in this? Will we check their goods coming in and out? It effectively turns Northern Ireland into a colony. It's a rule taker, not a rule maker. And places like this behind me then, well, I mean, there's no sense in them actually being here. But if that doesn't work, they could look towards Dublin and say, well, OK, we're going to put checks on your goods coming into Europe, and that will protect the integrity of the single market. It's basically Europe saying, we don't trust you. We don't trust that goods will come in through Northern Ireland from America or other parts of the world when trade deals are done and make their way through the Republic of Ireland, be repackaged and make their way into the EU without meeting those regulations that the EU have in place. So it's going to hurt either economy. The problem being is that Northern Ireland's economy, 70% of it is with the UK. It's not with Europe. And only 10 or 30% or 20% is with the Irish Republic. So it is going to hurt Northern Ireland's economy either way. But it will also hurt the Republic of Ireland's economy. And there's a 65 billion trade that goes between the Republic of Ireland and the UK every year. It will also hurt that.